First things first, let's state the obvious. Yes, that shutter is up. I do live in South Florida and we are prepping for Milton, which is supposed to make landfall tonight. I'm not in an evacuation zone, so there's no need for me to evacuate. We could just hunker down and just ride it out. Secondly, the reason why I'm regretting these beautiful, beautiful locks, like look at them. Like this is perfect locks for me, like perfect locks. I love them so much, but I'm regretting it because the reason why I added extensions was to just make my locks a little bit fuller. My hair, I feel like, is naturally fine and thin. So I'm like, you know what? I want my locks to be a little bit fuller, look like them Instagram, TikTok girlies, so I added extensions. But the problem is that when your hair grows out, it's gonna grow out thin. Yes. So for example, this specific lock right here, you can see thin, thick. So when this grows out, this is gonna be thin, that's gonna be thick, and it's gonna look silly when it matures. I did take 3 locks out just to see how it would look once my hair starts to lock on its own, just to see if it's too thin or not, if I should even continue with this journey. And it's not that bad. Like I have a lock in here, right here, that I took out and did all over again, compared to like this one is super thick, so hold on, I made some of them, but like not that bad. I do have to go through the ugly phase, not saying that locks are ugly, but the ugly phase is when it's short, it's just not dropping the way it's supposed to drop. We're getting tornado warnings. It's not dropping the way it's supposed to drop. So that's what the ugly phase is. For example, like I did this lock right here and look at the difference, you know what I'm saying? Or like this lock I took out right here, like look at the difference. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to go through the ugly short phase, but I did want to still do this video in case you were interested. Your hair is not fine, your hair is not thin, and you want to add extensions for length, so you don't have to go through that short ugly phase. You can keep watching, but this is going to be my new journey. I am not changing anything with my channel. You can still style your hair while you're locked, so you're still going to get crochet looks from me, you're still going to get braid looks from me, you're still going to get wig looks from me. So don't feel like, oh my god, her content is going to be mainly locks. No, I'm still going to give you the content that I've been giving you on my channel. Also want to thank so many of you guys for subscribing to my channel. I truly appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy it here. And I'm just gonna jump right into the video that shows you how I created the locks. As far as the takedown is concerned, if you guys are interested in knowing how I'm gonna take it down, I will have a video showing you guys how I'm gonna take it down. I do plan to record that because there's nothing else to do once the power goes out. God forbid it doesn't. Look at that. Tornado warnings just going on. I'm telling you, girl. It's rough out here. It's been going like that all day. Yeah, well, it says, yeah, so this is the warning right now. It says to shelter in place. So, yep. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. It's just so funny that popped up. Yeah, it's windy out there. That's wild. Anyway, so that's my lock journey. Let me go into my video. Sorry, I'm so distracted, but let me just jump right into how I created these beautiful locks because they're so pretty. Like, look at this. But I'm gonna have to take it out. Now, when I created this no leave out sew-in look in my last video, I love the hair so much that I wanted to turn it into locks. That's the hair that I'm going to be using. But first, we're going to start off with shampooing and conditioning our hair because we're going to prep our hair. I'm going to be using the Sacred line. I've been using the Sacred line since it came out, and I absolutely love it. It is a staple in my house. And I also love the way their hydrating shampoo just lathers up so well. A little bit goes a long way. Starting off with any kind of hairstyle, you want to make sure that your hair is super clean. So I started off with the clarifying shampoo, following up with the hydrating shampoo, and then after that I'm going to go ahead and use their new hydrating conditioner. In this clip I'm just going to show you guys just how much this shampoo like lathers your hair, and also too, like, your hair just does not tangle while you're shampooing it. Like, your curls are super defined, your hair is squeaky clean. I just love it so much. And with their new conditioner that they had, if this is my first time using it, I was just so in awe how much slip I got with this. So if you guys are interested in wondering, the Sacred line is A++ with me. So yeah, I'm following up with the Moisture Seal lotion, as well as Blue Magic and my hair oil, that mixture that I have. And I'm going to start with parting my hair. I'm using a trifold mirror. If you're interested in getting a same mirror, I will link it below. Mostly everything will be linked below. And I'm going to section my hair. So what I do is I put my hair in 4 parts, and then I go one part, I part my hair, and then the other section I part across. That way I know that my lines are pretty straight. And then after making my lines, just to make sure I have all my rows in order, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like tuck it away. So this is me right here, just making sure that my lines are trying to be as straight as possible, because this is a style that I'm gonna have until God knows when. I'm gonna stay locked for a very long time. So I wanna make sure that my parting is A1. And like I told you guys before, what I do is I just braid the base just so I can go row by row and see what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm braiding the base. Next is the parting. I don't know what's wrong with my camera, how it just didn't record everything, but the way I did the base before I added the extensions is I just braided my hair first, and then after braiding it a little bit down, I'm gonna go ahead and twist it down. I wanna make sure that when I do wash my hair, that my base is not like falling apart, if that makes sense. I want to make sure that I can get the longevity before I need to retwist my locks. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm just braiding the base of my hair and then twisting it down. The way I'm going to form my locks is going to be the twist method, the 2-strand twist method. I know some people who lock their hair using the coil method, but I use the 2-strand twist method so you can get the results that you saw in the beginning of this video. Now this is what my hair is looking like before I add the extensions. As you can see, everything is parted out. I made sure that my locks is in the way I want it to flow down across my face when it grows out, and just showing you how like thin my hair looks. And I'm not happy with it, which is the reason why I added extensions, just to add fullness to the locks. And then also I tried to keep it the same length as my hair, and then I also wanted a nice little curl at the end because I love the way those locks look. So in these next clips, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I installed the locks into my head. Again, just showing you just my parting and how my locks look before I added the extensions. So what you're going to need is some human hair, because you definitely want to keep human hair in your head for your extensions. You can use synthetic, but I feel like you get more longevity with the human hair. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a razor comb to cut it off my wefts. If you want to make sure that the sizing is correctly, you can go ahead and 2-strand twist your wefts so that you know that you have the right amount of hair for each section. So that's what I did, is I 2-strand twist my wefts just like this, and then I'm just gonna razor cut it. The reason why I want to razor cut it is because I don't want a sharp line, because I'm gonna be adding these extensions to my hair and I just don't want it to stick out. So just gonna take that razor comb, again everything will be linked below, and then I'm just going to give it a nice jagged cut. Next, what you're going to do is you're just going to take the 2-strand twist and pull it apart, because I'm going to be feeding my locks in with these sections of human hair. I didn't show you guys this, but I started off using some leftover hair from my YWIGS tutorial that I did. I'll link that video above. I'm using that mixture with my extensions. So this is already with the extensions added. As you can see that my base or my starter locks looks much fuller than my natural hair, which is the reason why I added extensions. But like I said in the prior video, that what happened is once my hair started growing out, it was just growing out to my hair texture, so that's why I took it down. But if your texture is thick and you want to add some length to your extensions, please keep watching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take crochet here and I'm going to put it at the base of that braid. I'm going to take that YWIGS human hair and I'm going to braid that extension with my hair. So you see my hair is in the middle, you have the YWIGS hair on the side, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to braid my hair at the base first. That way I'm taking my natural hair and I'm mixing it with the extensions. After I braid it down just to hold in the extensions that I cut off of my sew-in, I'm gonna do the same thing, but instead I'm gonna take the bottom of the hair and I'm gonna braid it down. You are gonna lose some hair, which is totally fine. I didn't want my extensions to be too thick. And I'm gonna add another one. Like I said, I'm gonna feed it in. So I'm turning that piece that I cut upside down, making the thin part of the hair at the top and the thick part at the bottom. And I'm just gonna braid it in a little bit. And then once I'm done braiding it in, then I'm gonna twist it down. So that's the second hair that I'm gonna feed in. Braid it down a little bit, and then after you braid it down, then you find like an even part and then you just twist it in there. And that's how I fed extensions into my starter locks. And then what I did was I also cut the end of the extensions, because again, I wanted it to fill up my face. I didn't want it to be too long. I wanted it to kind of look natural with my hair length, but just with the fullness. So you're just gonna keep twisting down, twisting down, twisting down. And then what I did is I razor cut the end of it. And then while I'm spraying it just so that it blends in, and then I'm gonna comb it out, and then I'm gonna razor cut it, and then give it a nice little coil at the end. So that's me just combing out the locks. As you can see, I'm gonna lose some hair because obviously you cut it off the weft, but that's totally fine. Again, my hair is gonna be mixed with this, so it's gonna give me the thickness. You can ignore that, don't be scared. And then you twist it down. One thing I definitely need to mention is when I was shampooing my hair with these extensions in here, I did notice that I lost hair in the shower. Right now, while I'm doing my voiceover, my extensions are completely out and I started my locks all over. That video will be up soon. I'm just waiting to give it like 1 month before I actually post the video so you guys can see my locks form. But I just want to let you know that that was another con of adding extensions. I noticed that I lost hair when I was washing my hair versus now where there's completely no extensions in my hair. When I washed it, I didn't lose any hair whatsoever. So keep in mind that you may lose hair once you start washing it and retwisting it. Obviously, the more you wash it, the more water you put in it, the more and the faster the hair locks up. So just give you that heads up. As you can see here, the thinner pieces, I'm working that at the end. So I'm gonna show you guys one more time. What I'm doing is I'm taking that crochet needle and putting it at the base of my hair. I'm gonna take that YWIGS extension. There was just something about adding that to the first part. Feels like it helped it kind of like secure it. And then I'm gonna braid it down a little bit, also adding the extensions that I cut off my weft, but I'm adding them on the upside down end. So the part that was cut is on the bottom and the end is on the top. See, that's the end. And then I'm gonna braid it in. The reason why is the line is still sharp at the top. I want it to like kind of fade out a little bit and look super natural. So that's the reason why I'm starting at the bottom. And then again, at the bottom, braiding it, feeding it, and twisting it. So again, that's just how I did my starter locks. Now, due to my back injury, I wasn't able to give you guys the full final look of what all the extensions looks like, but this is what it looked like so far without the top being done. I had to sit down and I had to rest. It did take me a couple of days to put these extensions in, but you can see how much fuller it is compared to how my hair looked without the extensions. And then I believe this was 8 weeks after I did the starter locks. This is when the locks start to form. The same look that you saw in the beginning of the video. Obviously, I needed a retwist, but I'm not going to do a retwist because this is the video that's going to be in the beginning of the next video showing you guys how I take it out. But you can see that the twist is no longer there and the locks formed. Hopefully this video is informative. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them below. If you're team locked, how long have you been locked? Any tips, tricks, please leave it below. And thank you for subscribing. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.